please state your name for the record.
Dennis Andrew Nielsen.
Now, Dennis Nilsen, can you tell us about your childhood?
Well, I wasn't really close with my family at all. I was going back and forth between with my grandparents and my actual parents. I wasn't really close with anyone except my grandfather.
And can you tell me about your grandfather?
Well, he was a great man. I didn't really get to see him that often, though. He was constantly overseas. He died when I was very young. That was the first time I was really seeing someone dead, just lying on a table in a box.
And I imagine that'd be very upsetting.
Yes, but that's when I saw death and love could be the same thing.
Now, can you tell me about your education?
Well, I was in high school for a little bit, but then I left to join the Army right before my 16th birthday.
And you were there for how long?
11 years.
And if I'm correct, that's where you learned butchery skills.
Yeah, that helped me in my killings.
Right. And what did you do after you returned from the Army?
Well, I joined the police force for a little bit.
And you left. Why?
Well, I was feeling attraction towards my male coworkers, and it just wasn't the right place for me.
Alright, can you tell me about the relationships that you had prior to your killings?
I had a few on and off boyfriends.
On and off?
Yeah, well, they claimed that I would drink too much, and whenever I got drunk, I was, well, unpleasant to be around.
Right. So did you have many friends, coworkers?
No, not really close to anyone, and with my family, I drifted once my grandfather died.
Mm-hmm. So, your first victim was Stephen Holmes, age 14. Can you tell me about your first experience killing?
Okay. Well, I found him off the street, and I took him home, and he fell asleep, and I drank till I fell asleep. Then I woke up, and I had this sudden urge to kill him, so I took my necktie and I strangled him to death. That's pretty much it.
Now, can you tell me, do you have a motive to kill?
I don't know, no.
Now, listen, we have a theory. Would you like to hear it?
Okay.
So, a few of the investigators think that you used these bodies as a companion because your only close person as a child passed away. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I did kept them with me, like on the couch, watched TV with them, I would bathe them, talk to them. They were my companions in a sense.
So along with Stephen Holmes, you also claim to have killed Andrew Ho of an unknown age, Kenneth Ockenden, 26, Martin Duffy, 16, Billy Sutherland, 27, Douglas Stewart, unknown age, 7 unidentified victims, Malcolm Barlow, 24, Paul Nobbs, 25, Toshimitsu Ozawa, John Howlett, unknown age, Carl Stutter, 21, Archibald Allen, unknown age, and Steve Sinclair, 20. Is this correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Right, can you tell me how you found these people?
Well, a lot like my first victim, I found them off the streets. Or they were just tourists, or lowlifes. No one noticed they were gone.
So they had no close connections to anyone living in Britain?
No.
Right. So along with the 6 bodies that we have found remains of, you claim to have killed 10 others, is this correct?
That is correct.
So total 16 victims?
Yes.
Alright, so many crime scene investigators believe that serial killers such as yourself usually have a signature that they leave at the crime scene. Do you believe that you have a signature?
I would say no. I mean, the closest thing I can think of is always using a necktie to kill people.
So can you tell us how you got caught?
Well, I realized with the dead bodies would start to smell, so during the winter I would take the pieces and put them in the floorboard of my house. But then during the summer it would get too hot and the smell would definitely be worse, so I boiled the body parts and took the bones and the flesh and I flushed it down the toilet. That later clogged the toilet. A plumber had to be called, so when the plumber was called, he found the bones and the flesh, called the police, and the police realized it was human bones and flesh, and here I am now.
So you used your butchery skills and you ended up chopping them up, and the police actually found heads in your bathroom cupboard.
That is correct.
So, based on the evidence that we have gathered from your house, in conjunction with evidence gathered from this interview, you're going on trial and will most likely be sentenced to life in prison.
Alright.
Right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Yeah, let's go. Let's go inside. Come on. Stephen. He's asleep. Sorry, Stephen, I have to do this. It's okay, Stephen. It's okay. No one can touch you now. Outside today, Stephen. Let's put your jacket on. I know, let's listen to some of Madonna's new album. Stephen, what do you think of the new Madonna album? It's a great way to part. Sorry it had to end like this. I had lots of fun with you. Good night, Stephen. It's time for bed.